What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 16. We are here with Big John for his one-on-one with the great one. I mean, I'm not The Rock. Last I checked, I could be. Bald cap, and all those jack muscles in this hoodie, bro. Yeah.
Don't flex, you're gonna rip it.
No, sorry. But, in case this is your first episode with us, this is a podcast. We go topic by topic. Everyone brings a topic to the table, even though there is no table. We discuss it for your amusement and,
There's no table.
Go from there. Hopefully one day this will be an audio podcast as well, so you can check it out on SoundCloud or whatever the fuck. But stick it right here to YouTube.com. But, make sure you take it out to dinner first and be nice with it, because they like that.
Yeah.
I heard.
No Netflix and chill.
No.
Yet.
You gotta work up to that.
Yeah.
I think.
Not the first date.
No. Maybe the second. No, just kidding. Alright, so, I'm gonna kick off today with my topic. This is a viewer topic. This is from Rainbow Kaleidoscope, who happens to just message me right there. Her topic, she submitted a while ago, is asking what our favorite band is. I figured I would elaborate on this topic a little bit and maybe not just limit to one, because I know personally my list always changes, as many people's do.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe a top 5, or at least just like giving out shout outs to, oh, I really like this band, I really like this band. Blah,
Or
blah,
like
blah, blah.
or it could even be like stuff that, we listen to all the time. Like,
Right.
It's
Go-tos.
it's like go-tos all the time. Like one of mine is Goo Goo Dolls. No matter what,
Okay.
I'll always listen to Goo Goo Dolls.
See, I always hear that name thrown around, and I'm sure I've heard their stuff, but like I can't be like, that's a Goo Goo Dolls song.
Oh, I was just singing one. Iris.
Okay.
It's probably the most famous one that they've done.
Okay. But yeah, we can just keep going until obviously we
Run out of ideas.
run out of ideas of musical acts and
Of the different people.
shit.
Yeah.
So, do you want to just kind of go back and forth with this? Like, I'll
Yeah.
shout out one, you shout. Okay, sweet.
We can explain why.
Yeah, exactly. Leave it for discussion. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I guess I would say number 1, but like I said, it fluctuates. Korn is a big band for me. My cousin Charlie was the one who got me into Korn, and it was funny, he had a hat that just said Korn, and I never realized it was a band. I was just like, it's Korn with a K, and I always make fun of him, or just make a comment about it whenever I saw him wear the hat. And then I kind of was hearing the music. There was him, and then there was an NHL game. For the love of God, don't remember if it was like an official year, or if it was maybe like a spin-off game, kind of like NBA Jam and
Yeah.
but it was I played the shit out of that game, and it wasn't even mine. I borrowed it from somebody.
And there was a Korn song on there.
Yeah, there was Blind, or was it Blind? I think it was Blind. I think it was Blind that played on there, and they had maybe 1 or 2 other on there as well.
Yeah, that was probably when they were really popular.
Yeah, late 90s, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and then randomly my dad picked up the Greatest Hits CD, and I picked up that, and from there I've been kind of following more closely. I think I have every album recently, and then I've kind of gone back and gotten a few here and there. I don't have the OG ones, but I do have a few of the older ones and then the newer ones. I remember the first CD of theirs that I bought new off the shelves, it just came out, was Path of Totality, and a lot
That's a cool name.
people had a mixed reaction on it because they did a lot of collaboration with dubstep and electronic music.
Yeah.
It collabs with Skrillex and all these other people, and for me, I liked it because it still had that Korn feel of heavy metal,
But
it
different.
had that techno
Yeah.
aspect to it, which I'm a fan of as well. And combining it, I was like, all right, I can fuck with this. But they got a mixed reaction to that. And then the one afterwards, if I'm not mistaken, Serenity of Surrender. Don't quote me on that. But the next
the
one,
peace and blissfulness of surrender.
yeah, fuck it, I don't know. But that kind of went more back to their roots. Like, it wasn't as dark as their early stuff is, but it's definitely got more of their tone.
Nothing
and
is
stuff like
ever
that.
as dark as the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
For
It's
anybody,
got
any band you go back to, their first album, their EP, that is the rawest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a huge music guy. Like, my dad, played music when he was 17 professionally. It's just, I love music, so I look deep into the different bands, rappers, artists, and just whenever you get down to that like first EP, it is literally the rawest, and what their original, I don't want to say idea, but original, not plan, but kind of like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's pretty
before
much
you like change and like, oh,
Yeah.
this could be better. This could be whatever.
yeah, it's their original, what they wanted for the band.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's pretty cool. I actually only like one song by Korn, and that's Undone.
Coming Undone.
Yeah, it's the only song I like. Yeah,
I'm coming undone.
that's why I love it. That's why I love it.
Yeah,
I love the way like it goes like a clock almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I don't know, just the way that the progression of the song goes gets me. And I actually like Korn because two of the band members are like hardcore Christians.
Yeah, Head had that
Yep.
rebirth, and then I think Fieldy.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the lead singer John's had his like kind of turnaround in his life too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was drinking and do drugs
Yeah.
a lot, but like he's now focused on his kids and stuff like that.
I heard there was
Monkey's grown up too. Like he has a family.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, totally.
I watched this thing called I Am Second, and there's one about Head's story, and
Oh, that's cool.
oh my gosh, dude, it's dark, and it's just like his redemption is just, it's amazing.
It's awesome to have him back too, because he left for a while.
Yeah, I remember he left because he wanted his own and he wanted to do Christian stuff, but then he felt God, this is what he said, he felt God said, I want you there and I want you to lead the people that are in that culture to me.
But yeah, like having him back, like they haven't dropped a beat with that. Like they meshed right back in. And I don't know the OG drummer, but I think Ray Lupierre, I might be announcing that wrong, but like he kills it. Like so yeah, shout out to Korn. I've seen them play twice, and once, I saw once years ago with Charlie. I was up on the side and the stage was down to our lower right.
Oh, so you were kind of like at a SPAC venue.
It was Glens Falls, their ice hockey.
Oh, the Civic Center.
Yeah. So we were there, and then my buddy Kevin is a big Avenged Sevenfold fan. Shout out to them as well. They were playing Rock on the Range, I believe it was. I don't know. It was one of those like festival kind of things. And we just went for the big four at the end. It was Asking Alexandria.
Oh, such a good band.
We were like, okay. Yeah.
I was so mad when I couldn't go see them.
There was... Ticket might be over here. Fucking...
Today's Grace, Shinedown.
No, that's a good one too. Music... Fucking... Oh, that's the Korn one though. Music as a Weapon. Or maybe that's POD. Fuck it, I don't know.
POD's good.
POD is good. But yeah, it was Asking Alexandria, some other band that was like recognizable, but they're like... they didn't really perform too well. Then it was Korn, then it was Avenged Sevenfold. But Kevin has a hookup at SPAC, and we were not in the pit, but we were 2 rows back from the pit. Fucking amazing. Amazing. So if you get a chance to see Korn and you're into that music, they put on a killer show. So I would go see them. But that's my first shout out band favoritism. What do you got, John?
Well, if you went, with your pretty much number one.
Go whatever.
Yeah. My number one is A Day to Remember. I have almost every single one of their albums. I've been a fan since 2009. Yeah. And I love everything. I love all their work. Paranoid, their newest album. I haven't listened to too much. It's kind of like they're my favorite band and all their stuff I love, and I will never hate it. But even if I haven't listened to it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I prefer their older work. Most fans would say that anyways. But I do like a couple things on Paranoid. They're not terrible. probably like one or two songs, but there's one album that it was my first year in college, and they just came out with what's their album called? Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, I only know one song by them, and it's Paranoia off the new one.
Yeah, that one's it's Bad Vibrations. That's the new album. My absolute favorite album that I've listened to, every single song had a meaning, and every single song meant something to me, and I could listen to the whole entire album from start to finish, was What Separates Me From You. And that one has, All I Want, Better Off This Way, All Signs Point to Lauderdale. I mean, if you guys even know who this band is. They really, like, the band just, when I heard the song, like, they meant something to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you could feel the emotion, you could feel like they were writing about themselves. They weren't just writing to get people.
Okay.
They were actually writing real stuff, and that's pretty cool. You know, that doesn't happen very often. Common Courtesy was another one I absolutely loved. It was the one before Bad Vibrations.
Okay.
I've seen them twice.
Yeah, I remember you went last year. No, it was
last year.
It was last year.
Last June. That was the last one in June. They weren't the headliner. Blink-182 was.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, they couldn't keep playing.
Right.
So I was kind of pissed about that, because I actually went to just see A Day to Remember. I like Blink-182, but just...
Yeah, I get it. It's not who you're going for.
Yeah. And it was SPAC. I hate SPAC. I absolutely hate that venue. That venue freaking sucks.
I've only been there a handful of times.
Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I've been there twice, maybe 3 times. Yeah. And I hate it. It's an amphitheater. It's meant for old people. Sorry. Not meant for hardcore shows.
Okay. Fair enough.
My favorite venues are like,
where it's bouncing off the walls, you're like, what?
No. I mean, to be quite honest, like, there's this one, it's like a little hole in the wall down in downtown Albany, and I saw, like,
The Armory?
No, even smaller than the Armory. It's like maybe one more or half. It's your room, maybe with another half of your room.
Jesus Christ.
That's the entire venue.
Wow.
And the band is right in front of you. And these are like some well-known artists, too. They're not just like throwaway names. Like, they're not just people that, oh yeah, I want a gig.
Yeah.
No, these are like people that travel and tour and, make money off of it. And the only thing I didn't like about it is you're in the mosh pit even though you're not in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
I've gotten beat up, and I'm not one to go in the mosh pit, but I've gotten beat up at that venue. But my favorite show was the Armory, where I went and saw them, and that was the absolute best show because they were headlining that one. And they were with Bring Me Horizon, which is a good band.
Oh.
They're one of my other ones, but it's select songs that I like. Oh my gosh. At one point, like, they were doing their song Homesick, and the lead singer Jeremy got in a big giant, like, in one of those inflatable balls that you can just run into to get in and start running.
Zorb, whatever.
Yeah, he ran on top of the crowd and then got back on stage. It was so freaking cool. And every song was great. They literally played their asses off, and it was great. I had the most fun at that concert. It's probably my most favorite concert of all time.
Cool.
But yeah, Day to Remember, big time band. Have been there from my whole life almost as a real music listener.
Okay. I think next one for me is Foo Fighters.
I got apple stuck in my teeth. Can't get it out.
So Nirvana, obviously, with
Drummer.
No, the song Smells Like Teen Spirit, and yeah, he was the drummer, but like that, and then evolving into their own thing. I started listening to Foo Fighters they were a little into their career. I think Pretender was the one that dragged me in. That was the big one. All My Life was another one. Everlong, I love that song now. That's been more of like a recent over the years kind of thing. It's a not slower song, but it's like lighter compared to Pretender and All My Life. But like that, I can listen to the OG version or I can listen to the acoustic version. Like they had a album that was purely acoustic, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be for me, but like, it works.
Change your mind.
Yeah.
If you like Everlong, then you would like Learn How to Fly.
Oh yeah, Learn to Fly is a great one.
Yeah.
My Hero's another good one.
Oh, that was a good one. I know that one.
Yeah, just that dun 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 dun, like the drum beat with that ska ska. That's a good one. Man, there's a lot of good songs. There's only like one, like I'll listen to all their songs. There's only one in recent history that I got the CD
and weren't happy with,
and was not happy with. It's called White Limo, and the whole time I don't know if it's the type of mic he's using or if he's just doing it, but like Dave Grohl is screaming the whole thing, and you can't like understand anything, and like instrumentally it's fine. It's like this is really deterring, you know. So like I think out of everything, like obviously there's the standouts, like I mentioned the song names, but excuse me, that's the only one I've been like really against. Like there's other songs that I wasn't happy with originally, but I kind of
they grew on you.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll admit, you know, Foo Fighters I fell a little away from. I think they recently released an album or one's coming out. I haven't gotten it or whatever. I was sad when I thought they were taking a hiatus. Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
man.
when Blink-182 did that, I was upset. That's another shout out.
But like that, Foo Fighters is one of those bands like I need to see live perform, because like I've watched on TV. There's a couple channels where they like show live performances and stuff like that, concerts and things like that. And I'm like, oh boy, that looks like a good time. Like they put on a good show too. So that's on the hopefully eventually go see. But yeah, Foo Fighters, that was a big one for in college too. Like that was the go-to that I would always listen to in the mornings or on breaks when I'm sitting in the student lounge doing a whole lot of nothing, waiting for class to start.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
Another band.
Another one.
Another band I like. A lot of them are the same genre. Kind of like with that poppy punk type feel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of high pitched voice with screaming, or just screaming and then higher pitched singing separate. Actually, there's two bands that are like literally similar, almost like identical, but they have their own style, but they sing really, really high pitch. It's Sleeping with Sirens and I See Stars. I've seen them both live. Sleeping with Sirens was great. I love two of their albums. Basically, like the guy who's the lead singer who writes it talks a lot about his dad. His dad is completely different, from what I see my dad as. His dad was a drunk who left, at least from what I can glean from the song. And one of my favorite songs is actually him talking to his dad and saying, is this what a family looks like, or something like that. And at the time when I was listening to that song, there's a couple people in my family who were judging me because of some of the choices I was making. And I wasn't making terrible choices. I was just making choices that they didn't like. And it had nothing to do with me going down a bad path, doing drugs, getting drunk. It was me finding my own way and finding out who I am as a person. And it was healthy. It really was. But to them, like, they just thought, I wasn't, good enough. absolutely seen with me. So with that line reminded me of that, and I was just like, I can really get down with this song. And with Icy Stars, I kid you not, the best light show I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I didn't even see the band. I just saw a light show. And it was music. But they are amazing entertainers. If you ever hear Icy Stars is coming to your town, you need to go. It was an amazing show. Great music. It's a lot of like hardcore screaming with high-pitched singing mixed in. And also kind of dubstep-y. Mm. They have their own kind of dubstep album, and I absolutely love it. One of my more favorite albums. And yeah, I enjoyed both of them. They are awesome bands.
Shinedown is my next one. Whether it's an aggressive song that you're like, fuck yeah, let's go, or it's a heartfelt song, I feel they
do them both really well.
They do really well with both. So my favorite song from Shinedown, no doubt, is Devour. I love Devour. Very fast paced, a lot of lyrics, let's go, hard drums, things like that.
Kind of like Andrew WK.
Party up!
Party now.
But there's that, and then they do, like I said, they do really well with like the slow songs and stuff like that. Like Crow meets the butterfly.
I almost said Chroma Conclave. I'm like, nope, that's from someone else.
Butterfly, something like that.
Ooh, I got a good one.
45 is another good one. But like I saw them in concert too, and that was the same concert. It was POD, 3 Days Grace. This was when 3 Days Grace, it was the first tour with the new guy, the new singer. POD is really good. The venue, the Civic Center, was not the best venue for them. The sound was off. It was, but I still liked it. And then it was 3 Days Grace, like I mentioned, and then it was Shinedown. So my parents actually went. It was me, my parents, and then Charlie. And we were sitting opposite the stage all the way across the ice rink, maybe mid. So we like perfect fucking straight on.
Yeah, perfect view.
But we had general admission or whatever the fuck it is, so you could go back. You could go down to the floor. Mm-hmm. So after 3 Days Grace, Charlie and I decided to go to the floor for Shinedown. And man, that was a smart ass decision because it was really, really good. So they started, there was a center podium, and two of the members started on that podium playing and singing all that shit. And then they worked their way up to the stage, and like the drummer, hit the cymbals and whoosh, and fucking pyro.
Entertainment.
Yeah, and it went through, and yeah, it was just really powerful. And like when you're up that close, obviously you're gonna get that bass in your chest and shit like that.
That bass, actually, there's a certain type of frequency that gets your heart in, it gets your body into that high state of music, and that's what they do when they're doing all their sound checks. They're looking to get it to that frequency.
But man, that, I don't know, it feels good.
Yeah,
like getting hit by that sometimes.
Oh yeah, I love the bass, especially at a really good concert.
And
great.
Yeah, he's got a powerful voice, Brent Smith, and they're really good. But yeah, like Shinedown's kind of, I pump the brakes on them a little bit, but there's always those handful of songs that you can go back to and just be like, yep, I still remember this, lyrics.
Still love them.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's another shout out for me.
Another good band that I absolutely love. I'm Irish, and like my grandmother's parents were off the boat Irish. Like that's how Irish I am. My father's side, and also on my mother's side, I'm a little bit Irish, more Italian and Hungarian. But when I found out about Dropkick Murphys, I started to really more embrace being Irish. I absolutely love the hell out of those guys. They are amazing. It makes me embrace being an Irishman a lot more, and I absolutely want to see them in Boston. I don't care anywhere else. If they're coming to New York, I'll come and see them, obviously. But I have to see them in Boston before I die.
Okay.
That is one of my bucket lists. I have to see them in Boston. Like, if you were to Google or go on YouTube and just type in Dropkick Murphys in Boston, it is like the pinnacle. It's like one of the things Boston looks forward to. It's a whole entire thing for them. Mm-hmm. Like how each city has their one thing. Like, oh, Chowder Fest. No, it's
Chowder.
It's Dropkick Murphys are going on tour and they're coming to Boston. Like, it's a thing. It always happens, and the tickets are super expensive, but it's worth it, and I absolutely want to go.
Boston, nice city too. So
yeah, I've gone to Boston once.
Excuse me.
And I saw a worship band there, Bethel, and that's another shout out. Most people don't know who they are. They're a worship band. But yeah, that was a great concert. And the city of Boston was actually not dirty at all. It was actually nice and clean.
It is.
And we actually got there way early because we went to a Switchfoot concert in New York City. That's my next band. I'll talk to y'all about that. And we didn't have really a lot of time because we got there kind of late. So we didn't have a lot of time to sightsee in New York City. So this time in Boston, I'm like, yo, we got time to sightsee. We're going to get there early. We get there early and we don't really do anything. It's just like, I don't want to do anything. So we just we nap in the park. Like, that was kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. It was nice because the park was really nice. And like the surrounding areas were really nice and everything. And we met some really cool people. But as soon as like the concert went on, we were just like, this was such a good decision to come. So that's my experience with Boston.
I've only been there for school trips and like elementary school. I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know. But there's an anime convention in March. I might go there.
If you're going, I want to go.
Anime bust. I was like,
you gonna cosplay?
No. Yes, I'm gonna get a Danganronpa onesie, and I'm gonna go. Okay. Fuck it. Where was I at? Alter Bridge. I'll give a quick shout out to Alter Bridge.
I've never heard of them.
Really good. And actually, you have.
I have?
You know Edge from WWE?
Oh, yeah!
On this day.
I like that song.
I see clearly.
I like his voice. He's got
Miles Kennedy has a great voice. But yeah,
that's a great song.
Me and my dad both love Alter Bridge, so we would like to go both see them in concert at some point.
Are they still touring?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
like
awesome.
He's not super old.
Well, no, I mean I didn't know if they were like super famous, you know?
They are not. They're niche. Like, they are more popular overseas, which is funny.
Yeah.
Because they originate here. They're like the Beatles. No, they're not like the Beatles. But,
no, the Beatles are more... Yeah, no, they're like the Beatles, just reverse.
Yeah, but not like the Beatles, you know? They're not...
No, they're not that famous.
But yeah, like some numbers. They're not like, fucking Metallica popular, but, they're out there.
Metallica go everywhere.
Yeah.
They're whores. You want a concert in Mexico? Alright, we go.
Wait, we're going to Japan? How do you guys understand?
I've always wondered that. Like, Blink-182, we're going to Japan. Metallica, we're going to Japan. They don't even understand you!
Well, they got people doing the sign language shit now, so maybe they have, like, hey, get an earbud thing that translates.
Or they could just have just the subtitles. Subtitles at a concert, yeah!
It's probably just more of, like, just being there, that atmosphere.
Yeah, actually, I've been watching a lot of The Voice. They sing, like, if it's a Tina Turner song, or if it's, like, a Whitney Houston song, and it's in a different language, like, The Voice, Russia, like, where they clearly don't speak English, they'll sing the song in English. And the people that are judging them know the song in English, and they know how to judge them, and it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. So that's just a quick shout out, like their stuff. Their latest album, Last Hero, is a song on there, but I don't know if that's the title. But like, they're very consistent with their music, which is good. Another quick shout out to crap. Oh, okay. This one's a little bit more meaningful. Linkin Park, especially recently with Chester. Linkin Park.
I like their old stuff a lot.
Yeah, like Meteora, Hybrid Theory. Everybody talks about it. Definitely
Meteora
agree.
was my album.
Definitely agree. Standing in the not Standing in the Sun. Might have been Standing in the Sun. No, Standing in the Sun's Miles Kennedy. What's the album name? I don't know, but they had one that had What I've Done from Transformers.
Yeah.
And
that was when I thought they were going too mainstream, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that was when I started being like, I don't
Minutes
know
to Midnight. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That one was okay, and then they released. Oh, fuck! Why did I put the phone away? They released another one, like after that I enjoyed. But yeah, I mean, always the Meteors and the hybrids.
Yeah. When they did New Divide, I thought they were going to be a completely different sound, and then I was just really disappointed because it was almost the exact sounding song.
But like I relate to some of them, you know, and stuff like that, and like I get the argument. Oh, they're going mainstream. Like I feel like that's more of like an alter of who they are. Like we talked about not too long ago. Oh, the first album is always like the fucking
Rawest,
shitty one. Yeah. Thousand Suns is the one I was thinking about. Minutes to Midnight was
The song What I've Done, it's grown on me. I like it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not something I will like be like, I gotta listen to it. But I'll listen to it. I like it. I didn't really like New Divide.
Living Things, honestly, I don't know much on it. Hunting Party, their latest one in 2014, I really enjoyed that.
I'm kind of nervous, but also kind of excited of what they're going to do without Chester. I am excited for their new sound, because the way they were going, I wasn't a particular huge fan of.
See, Heavy...
I like Heavy.
I didn't like Heavy at first, and then it grew on me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like... It's going to sound weird. I feel like I can relate to that song. But, like, I'm not like, oh, man, I'm mad depressed. But there's times where you're like, things are shitty, and that helps. I guess they released a song on the day he passed. Like, on YouTube, like, before I think they knew anything about him. But I haven't listened to it yet. But yeah, their new album is supposed to come out this year, and everything's recorded. One More Light. I don't know, but...
They'll probably do when they do a tour, they'll probably do, like, a tribute to
Oh, absolutely. But, like... They, and this sucks to say, awesome in concert. Linkin Park.
Oh no, I bet they are.
I went to see them. It was AFI. 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh my gosh, that's another band I love.
Fucking awesome.
30 Seconds?
Oh my god, 30 Seconds.
I love 30 Seconds to Mars. I love everything.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like that he was an actor and a song and like
he's more transferred into it now, but
it just never really
combined
until just now. And then like I'm thinking of From Yesterday, and I'm looking at his face, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
right?
It makes so much sense.
And
now.
then Linkin Park closed it. They were the headliner, and man, like I went with
Little
concert. John.
I bet that was a great concert.
And we'd have nosebleeds because it was like SPAC. It was like an outside place. But we had seats that were way, like, okay, you know how SPAC is.
Yeah.
We were up on the, like, edge, like, outside.
You were farther than long.
Yeah. So, but man, even being that far, fuck, that concert was great. Yeah. Oh, my God.
See, that's why I don't like SPAC. Because it's like, oh, yeah, you gotta pay to get closer. And, like, that kind of makes it suck.
That's how it is.
Like, that's why I like the general admission places. Because you pay, you fight your way to... Because that's how a concert's supposed to be. You fight your way to the front. If you get there, oh my gosh, you are lucky.
And don't move.
Yeah. You don't go to the bathroom because your spot ain't getting saved.
Yeah. But yeah, they were great. And, like, the first place I heard of Linkin Park was Taekwondo. We had that shit playing for demos all the time. Yeah, so there's that. But yeah, that was I am honored and humbled to have had that experience to see Chester perform and stuff like that in Linkin Park. But yeah, I gave a shout out to 30 Seconds to Mars also. I don't know a ton of their old stuff.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Like, from yesterday you mentioned.
When me and Caleb were driving down to North Carolina, I put that on and I fell asleep to it, and I woke up.
Not driving, right?
No, he was driving. Okay. I was in the passenger. I put on like my pop punk, even though the pop punk bands want to kill the popular punk. It's popular, and you guys are punk.
Popular.
That's it. You guys don't sound the same. You guys are, in my eyes, you're punk, but you're popular. You're like how it's pop radio.
Yeah.
You're very popular, and that's nothing to hate on. I don't agree with anybody saying that they all sound the same, but 30 Seconds to Mars is on that playlist, and I woke up after like maybe an hour and a half of sleeping, and Caleb just looks at me and he's like, I respect you so much more because of this music. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, why? He's like, I love all of it. I was like, you need to tell me all of these bands because I'm getting them tomorrow.
So yeah, I don't know a lot of their old stuff. The 2002 self-titled album I know nothing on. This Is War, I know Kings and Queens.
Oh, Kings and Queens.
Close to the Edge. And that's it on that one.
Here, let me pull my
Beautiful Lie. Beautiful Lie, The Kill. The Kill was the first song I knew.
The Kill is good. Vox
From
Populi.
yesterday's on that one.
Vox Populi.
No idea.
That's a really, really good song.
Okay, so I knew The Kill.
Yep.
And then I talked about those concerts on TV. I'm going to skip that for a second. Rewind. I don't remember how I stumbled on it.
You just did.
Their Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams album.
Okay.
Do or Die.
Okay.
Fucking hooked me, hook, line, sinker, instantaneously. Love the music video. Whenever they showed it on TV, crank that shit up. Amazing song.
Crank that soldier, boy.
No. So I love Do or Die. Another one that's really good, Up in the Air. Conquistador, but I like it. I'll fuck with it. Other than that, I don't know any of them. This is the thing about Brett Griffin that you're going to learn right now. In middle school, high school, when the iPod was exploding, I was very selective with my music. Not like nitpicky, but I did not invest in bands. I invested in songs. So I would have many songs or bands, but I'd have only one or two songs from them.
I was completely different.
And then only like as I started moving into the college phase did I start album, all 12 songs, what the fuck. And it's still kind of mix and match here, like, oh, I hear this one song, I like this one, and then the bands that I'm really
see, I'm different now.
For
like I was in high school. I was albums because I had a Walkman. I didn't have enough money for that, so everything I owned, I actually had to go buy the CD, and then I got a Zune, which iPod. I had a Zune before, when it was cool.
Yep. Hey, they brought it back in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I had the first generation, then the second generation. I freaking loved
They had the second generation?
Yeah.
I didn't even know
it
that.
actually was really cool. It was a lot better than the first one, I'll tell you that much. And, I couldn't buy any songs. I had to download all the songs that I had. And I would ask friends to burn songs for me because I knew I liked them. And I've just recently, since I've gotten an iPhone, have opened my music library to like far and wide. Like when I had my Zune, like I would cheat the system and I would get Real Player. And when you're listening to like a YouTube video, the Real Player thing would pop up and you click on it and you could say record audio. And you could save it and put it in your files, and then you could put it on your phone, or you could put it on your iPod, or you could put it on your Zune, and that's how I got my music. So I would, all the YouTube videos that I loved the music from, I would just find a YouTube video, and I would find the version I liked, and then I would just listen to it. So I was spoiled when it came to music for a while, because I got everything I wanted, and most people are just like, oh, I want to listen to YouTube without listening to ads and closing it and being able to put it in my pocket. I kind of had that before anybody did, but I cheated the system, and you had to actually pay for Real Player. After a while, they caught on to what I was doing, so they stopped letting me do that. And then I started buying songs, and that just was terrible.
I think I got one more shout out. Most of mine have been
one more.
Like heavy rock, because that's
We'll say one more band.
what I like.
Or kind of like
But this one is like one that I did not think
you would like.
Yeah, exactly. Like that would hook me. Like I know I'm like, oh, a song or two, you know the fucking like that. But like hook me. I think it's still classified as rock, even though it's pop. Imagine Dragons. They got me.
I've never heard any of their stuff. Oh. I know they're popular. I may have heard like one or two of their songs, and I probably like it. It's probably like easy listening. It's just like, what song is it? Believer? Is that one of them? Yeah, I like Believer. That's a good song. I really do like that song. And then there's another one that they did where it was the Beats in the Ear, and LeBron was playing. It was a commercial.
Oh.
Yeah. They do a lot of commercials. They don't do Shine, do they?
Shine.
Or it's like,
if
Sail.
They do,
no, Sail.
No, Sail's AWOL Nation.
Okay, I like
that.
Sail! Easiest song to learn. Sail! You just gotta say it in the right progression.
Okay, so I don't... Okay, Radioactive. That's a good
I think I know that one.
On Top of the World. Pretty good one. Smoke and Mirrors, I have the whole album. I enjoy it very much. Bet My Life. Friction was another good one. That was more like hard.
You bet me up, believer.
Yeah, that's on there. And then
I think I like that song because it's famous. Like, it's been in a couple movies, at least from what I've seen. Yeah, and it fit with what was going on in the movie. Or like in the trailer, so that's why I liked it.
Gotcha. And there's one that's been playing on the radio recently, Thunder, that I really, really like.
Yeah,
there's one part of that song I'm like, fuck off, that can go die. When he's doing the little techno mic, I'm like, and he's like, I was like, why couldn't you just sing this normally? Get that, It's a great song. This kind of leads into our next topic. It's a great song, except for that one part. Get out of here. But, yeah, cool. Shout out to Imagine Dragons. They snagged me without me even
trying. Yeah. So mine is kind of the same thing, actually. And this will be my last one, but for the longest time, I was a Switchfoot hater. I just was, because they weren't hard enough for me. And then I was asked by a group of people from my church, hey, we're going up to this place called the Pickle Barrel in Vermont. It's a really small venue, but it's like a bar.
Okay.
And it's like a hole in the wall almost. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. You know? And my friend Joel was going at the time, and he was like my friend that would take me to all these different bands and scenes, and I was enjoying that a lot because I was getting, I was opening up my horizon of music, and it was really, really cool. And my friend Noah was going, and Caleb was going. And, also Noah's brother, Silas. So we were all going...
I know that guy.
You did? Oh, yeah, you do know Silas. I brought Silas here once.
Yeah, he kicked my ass in Marvel.
Hey, he's not a good guy. He's a Marine now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. He's down in North Carolina again. But, yeah, we all went. And, we saw, like, this one Swedish band before them. They were good. It was nice music, but... I didn't think I would fall in love with Switchfoot the way I did that night. Like, John Foreman, the lead singer, comes out. Like the first thing my friend Noah says, he's wearing a fedora. He's like, I hope he comes down and grabs my fedora and puts it on his head. That's exactly what he did with the first song. Comes down, sees me and Noah. Me and Noah are standing right next to him. Puts his arm around me. Puts his arm around Noah. Takes Noah's hat, puts it on, and just keeps singing the song. Like, that's epic. And not only that, like, this guy is notorious for climbing all over stuff. He climbs up on the sprinkler system. And he gets up into, like, a corner, and he's, like, above us all. And me and Noah are talking to him, saying, jump, we'll catch you. And he looks down, and he's just like, I don't doubt that one bit, but I'm not jumping. And, like, he was actually having a conversation with us. That was the coolest and most real concert I've ever been at. And there was no mosh pits, there was no fists flying, you know, there was no heavy music, but it was like real and it was good and I loved every moment of it, and that was when I fell in love with them. And I don't have all their albums, but I have a lot of their songs that a lot of people know, and maybe some that they don't know. My one big thing I love about them is that they're just Christian guys in a band. They're not a Christian band. And what they write is like, a lot of people can get one thing out of it, but me being a Christian, there's a lot of like golden nuggets of like hard truth that God is speaking to me through. Like one of their songs, I Won't Let Go. Like, I mean, you can't say some people can probably say, oh, it's a love song. Yeah, it's not a love song between a guy and a girl. It's actually, like, the way I see it is, it's a love song between God and me, or God and whoever's listening, because that's exactly what God is saying. That's what he says every day. He's like, you know, if you trust me, if you just dare to trust me, I won't let you go. And like, I shared that with the 6th and 8th graders, and it blew their mind, because how I explained it to them was pretty much like that. And they're just like, really? Like, that's how he looks at us? Like, yeah, that's exactly how he looks at you. He just wants you to give him a chance, and he'll prove himself to you. He loves you a lot. And there's a lot of songs that are like that they have, like I Dare You to Move. It's like, it's teaching you, and even in the music video you can see, it's like daring you to move against the crowd. And what the crowd is, you know, drugs, sex, alcohol. It's daring you to be different. It's daring you to go the way that is intended, you know. But I went and I've seen them twice. Yes, I've seen them twice. One was at the Pickle Barrel, really, really small venue. Second time was at Terminal 5, and that was in New York City. That was a great show. And they weren't even headlining. Need to Breathe was headlining. That's another shout out, and that'll be my last one. But they took the show like it was their show. Like, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, going back to, remember when I said you pray to God you get to the front and you don't go back and you don't get your spot saved? Yeah, that happened at this concert, and it really, really made me mad, because that's not how concerts go. Oh, I bought VIP. I don't care. That's not how a concert works. I don't care if you're 50 years old and you bought VIP. I'm going to the front. I'm stealing your spot if you leave. Deal with it. Go find another spot to get to VIP, because I just stole your spot. That's how concerts work. And yeah, that concert made me quite mad, but it was an amazing concert, you know, done by Switchfoot and Need to Breathe. Like, when I'm driving in the car, like, I have a playlist called Good Vibes, and it's just a whole bunch of songs by both of those bands, and it's a pretty big playlist. And I just summer belt everything, like Lay 'Em Down, Something Beautiful, Let It Out, Breathe It In and Let It Out, I Dare You to Move, I think it's Meant to Live, Stars, Awakening, just so many great songs, and they're just like southern rock. Oh, and Hello Hurricane, absolutely love Hello Hurricane. Like, and they all have some type of meaning. Like, it's kind of like the direction that I've been going musically and listening to music is Switchfoot and Need to Breathe. A lot of Southern rock, a lot of California rock. Just going back to my roots, going back to where I feel, I'm being called. So.
Dark Horses, Bullet Soul, and
Dark Horses,
Mental Lip. Those are the only three I know of.
Oh, Dark Horses.
I really enjoyed Dark Horses, Mental Lip.
That's a very good one.
All right.